Hello. 1.2 billion learners in the world have a dream how to speak fluent English. I will discuss today a path or a key how to acquire fluency in English in the fastest way. I would like to start by sharing my screen. Here you see my poster. We'll discuss today how to speak fluent English and how to acquire this skill in the fastest way. We must be open-minded to understand why traditional methods may not work. Knowing the difference between the brain and mind can help your learning journey. Millions of adults can read and write in English, but cannot speak it. Why? Let's elaborate on these topics. You have to be open-minded because you have spent years and years learning English and still you cannot speak fluently. That means that you have to change the way you have learned it. You should be open-minded to be able to change your belief system. For example, if you believe that learning a language is a knowledge which you acquire, most probably you would not be successful because it is a skill. Then, what is the difference between knowledge acquisition and skill training? Knowledge usually is acquired by conscious processing information and trying to memorize it. You know, the appalling forgetting curves characterize every person. You definitely understand that you cannot recall which book you have read a month ago or which movie you watched 2 months ago. So to memorize information would not be helpful. Learning a language is not acquiring knowledge about the language, acquiring vocabulary, grammar rules, etc. It would not work. And if you would not change this belief, that is, if you are not open-minded, there is very little chance for you to speak fluent English. We know that millions of adults can read and write in English but cannot speak it. Why? Because they continue thinking in their native language. And they formulate their thoughts, what they want to say or express, or answer if they participate in a communication in their native language first. Then they try to translate it quickly into English and thus speak from their native language by using knowledge of English. It wouldn't work. To participate in natural communication, you have to produce 2 or 3 words per second. It means that conscious processing wouldn't help you. You have to use subconscious processing. And here is a very interesting point that many learners don't know much about the difference of conscious processing and subconscious training. Let me remind you that as a child, you have acquired your native language subconsciously. That is, you didn't pay attention. You didn't focus your attention to remembering something. You just acquired it. What means acquired? We think not in the words, we think in images or feelings. And those images or feelings in which we think, if you do subconscious training of your native language as a child, will be automatically wired together with the words of in your native language. So when you need to express that or other feeling or image, the words appear automatically on the tip of your tongue. That's why we need to use subconscious training. You cannot learn language consciously. To improve fluency, you must practice reading, listening, speaking, pronunciation, and writing. You probably heard this advice a million times, and it didn't help you. Because if you do separately, trying to improve your reading skills, then listening, then speaking, pronunciation, and writing, you do it consciously, then it's not a skill. Because skill is something which you can do automatically. You acquire the ability to do automatically. You play a musical guitar, a musical instrument automatically. It's subconscious, it's a skill. You drive a car subconsciously, it's a skill. You have learned this skill and you do it automatically. You participate in basketball play, you play subconsciously in a way that you do not think what movement you need to do and where you have to go. Everything is done automatically, that is controlled by subconscious. By the way, your subconscious controls about 95% of your daily activity. Consciously, we do only 5% of activity. So I would slightly modify this advice. To improve fluency, you must practice reading, listening, speaking, pronunciation, and writing, but you must do it simultaneously. And I will show you how it can be done simultaneously. To do this, you will need a mobile application for subconscious training. I use acronym MAST. Mobile application for subconscious training. That is your path to fluency. By the way, a teacher cannot provide this environment for you because you need to do 3 actions at the same time. That is, you have to read the text, listen to the recording, and speak at the same time. When you do 3 actions, you automatically activate your subconscious minds, and your innate habit of thinking in the native language is turned off. Why? Because we have we have very limited capacity to multitasking. Consciously, we can do only 1 or 2 actions. If you do 3 or more actions, you automatically activate subconscious training, which has much higher speed of processing. It's about 500,000 times faster than conscious processing. And besides, it has access to your long-term memory, and you do not encounter forgetting curves. because everything what you have acquired subconsciously by doing three actions at the same time is acquired. It's like a muscle. You develop your muscle by doing, by experiencing it multiple times. But when your muscle, that is language skill, is acquired subconsciously by your mind, you can use it automatically. You don't need to analyze sentence. You do not need to remember which rule to use or which word to use. You will use it subconsciously and automatically. Mobile application for subconscious training allows learners to create lessons based on their interests and practice subconscious training by applying three actions simultaneously. You can download this application from Google Play Store. At this time, it's available only for Android devices, but you can use it for an Android tablet or for an Android smartphone. When you download this application, and it's easy to find it if you go to my website, lbtechnology.net. On the first display, there is a link to download this application to your tablet or smartphone. Mobile application for subconscious training helps learners in developing connections to long-term memory without forgetting curves. That's why you acquire this ability much faster because don't need to memorize anything. You need just to experience. And because you experience all language skills simultaneously, that is, you are reading, that is, you see the text, English words, you hear the pronunciation, and you do speak simultaneously, so you do not think about your pronunciation, you just try to imitate it. And that's why when you do this, your pronunciation will improve actually automatically, because you cannot learn or improve pronunciation consciously. If you will find a YouTube video promising you that they will help you to improve your pronunciation, I don't believe in this video, and here is why. We have 100 muscles in our face that participate in producing any sound in any language. So only subconsciously we can control 100 muscles so that they will produce the needed sounds. And to do this, you have just to practice. Listen, imitate, and practice it. Do not think how to say it, try to listen. One suggestion here, you should always use headsets. Never do it as a background on a background or on your website on any device. Always use headsets or earphones. You will thus listen very clearly pronunciation and try to imitate it. Mobile application helps develops English fluency in any professional field and prepares learners for academic learning. Because this application contains three types of text in each lesson. First is the pre-recorded lesson on a certain given topic. Then you have an option to enter your own lesson according to your interests. You can just copy and paste it into the window, and the program will create a near human quality recording which you will listen to while reading, listening, and speaking. Thus, you can create your own lessons on any topics, including those which are professional, like if you are interested in medicine, you create your lessons on medical topics. If you're interested in computers, use computer topics, etc. When you develop your fluency to the level that you can produce 2 or 3 words per second, you are ready for any English assessment test. Be aware that to pass English assessment tests, you need to speak with the fluency of about 150 words per minute. Consciously, it's not possible to do. So if you acquire fluency by using my methods of subconscious training and this application, MAST, mobile application for subconscious training, you quickly develop fluency and may acquire a fluency or capability to produce 2 or 3 words per second, which are needed to think in English, to speak automatically. Then you are ready for any academic learning and to continue your higher education in any institution which provides education in English. So you will be ready for it, but first develop your fluency. I hope that this will help you. If you have any questions, please put your questions in the comments and I will try to elaborate on them during my next presentation. Thank you.